Hey, friends.
Thanks for hanging out.
Hello, friends. We're going to hear that in a couple weeks.
Yes, we are.
When you heard Patriots-Rams,
Yes.
your thoughts?
My thoughts were that I like the young guard against the old guard. I'm so careful anymore what I'm saying about the Patriots because I don't want to wind up in a Patriots reel. You say anything negative.
We're all in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, earlier Kyle was talking about they need the extra bye week because they're old.
Yeah.
You know somebody in New England was copy.
But they used to not do that. They never used to do that, and now it's boom.
Now you get cranky in your old age.
Mike, you think they saw it? Hey, I love it.
We'll see you
Over the hill.
at Patriots on Instagram. Time with Lead Luck.
Lead Luck.
So here's the deal. In their AFC Championship win, Bill Belichick's Patriots were able to take away some of the Chiefs' biggest offensive playmakers. This is like on Bill Belichick's bingo board, center square.
Yep.
I take away the best thing that you do. In fact, and you brought this to my attention, I didn't even believe you. Tyreek Hill had one offensive touch all day on Sunday. So after seeing what he did to him and the Chiefs, especially in that first half, what's the one thing Bill Belichick needs to focus on taking away from the Rams Super Bowl 53? This is what Sean McVay and Wade Phillips are sitting there deciding and figuring out.
I love this stuff because I remember it goes way back to even when Belichick was with the Giants. And he's talked about they were playing against the Bills, and they're like, we're going to let Thurman do Thurman. We're just going to sit back, and we're not going to let Jim Kelly beat us. Thurman had a big game. He put up numbers, but it wasn't enough. So what I've done, I took the liberty to come up with the top 5 weapons that I think Bill Belichick has faced as a head coach in the Super Bowl. Top 5, the guys you're worried about. Start at the bottom with me, if you will. Number 5, Marshawn Lynch. We're going to put up pretty big numbers in that game. Gurley, I'm going to put as number 4. He's that talented offensive player of the year. T.O., even on one leg, put up huge numbers, did whatever he wanted to do. Julio was a monster a few years back, did not have a huge game other than a couple of big plays late. And then Falk was the MVP, was incredible, but again, didn't have an MVP-type game. So he's going to pick somebody. It's going to be – the Thurman thing is crazy because you would think we're going to stop Thurman no matter what, but he said let Thurman do it. I think that Gurley is that guy. Despite what we've got going on with Gurley on the sideline, I'm starting to warm up to this idea that Nate's been having about Gurley's going to be unleashed in the Super Bowl, is that he's been sitting on the sideline, he's fresh. If his head is right, he can still be the best player in the game. So I still think that Belichick is going to say Todd Gurley or C.J. Anderson is not going to beat us and run all over us. I think we're still going to make Jared Goff complete passes to Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks. I think there will be a lot of traffic up at the line because number 30 or number 35, the chubby guy, is not going to get off.
So taking away their best offensive player. It's sort of crazy in a double-edged sword that you're on that list, but it's cool to be on that list.
Well, and just
respect from
100%. And there's a bunch of Steve Smith, Plexico Burst. There's a million guys who could be on the list. One footnote I would add to that, T.O. did have a big game, but they thought he was going to be a lot more limited than he actually was. He surprised them. Had they known what he was going to be, maybe they would have clamped down on him a little bit more.
Yeah, yes, indeed. That Todd Gurley is the best offensive player for the Rams. I feel like the one player that they need to take away, or at least try to stop, is Aaron Donald, the best defensive player on the field in the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald, when asked about him, a reporter said, what stands out specifically about Aaron Donald on this style of play? Belichick said, everything. It's pretty much unblockable. And it's true. He is pretty much unblockable. And it's not just the sacks. Even though he led the NFL with 20.5 sacks in the interior tackle position, it's also the QB hits that he had 41 of those led the NFL. It's also the QB pressures. He had 73 of those. So I can care less about the numbers, the stats. It's the fact that he can get in the backfield with the snap of a finger. One guy, he's going to beat you. 2 guys, he will beat that too. 3 guys, I've seen him beat a triple team and still get to the QB. You might not get a sack on Brady, but if you can hit him and get him down and pressure him, he'll start to cramp up just a little bit and press a little bit. So for me, I'm saying you have to stop Aaron Donald. And this is all easier said than done. Brady and the Patriots have faced so many pass rushers and made these guys look extremely
This is different, though, because
this is different.
The thing that Romo and Aikman are always hitting on is you got to pressure them up the middle. We looked the last couple of weeks when Brady has not been sacked. We got edge rushers. We got Bosa. And we got Houston. Those guys are great. Brady is so good at the little nuances. There's no nuance for 99 coming up the middle. That's different than an edge rusher.
He ain't your average rusher. And on top of that, if you don't like it, sue me. And I'm talking about Indomitian.
Hey.
That's the other interior rusher, right?
Well, I made the cardinal sin of not turning my answers in early enough.
Don't do that.
What?
Because, yeah, you can't.
can't do that because I said, well, the running game. They said, well, Kyle's going to talk about that. And I said, the interior pass rush. They said, well, Nate's going to talk about that. And I looked up and down this roster. I mean, Brandon Cooks, Belichick traded him away. He can't possibly think he's that big of a factor. I just believe it's what you talked about, that interior pass rush, because it's more than just Aaron Donald. It is Sue. It is Michael Brockers at times. I mean, they've got guys. So I believe, and we're going to get to this in Whiteboard Wednesday. I'm setting up my Whiteboard Wednesday point to come. So stick with us. You got to watch every day. You got to watch every hour.
Mike, we talk a lot of TV production here. Do you have any content for this?
I truly believe that you've got to keep that middle of the line stout. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me off the edges.
Right.
You've got to contain everything up front. Allow him to step up into that pocket for sure.
I love that you mentioned the little things Brady does. You said little nuances, right? That the reason that he's so elusive, him and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And he also takes away the biggest thing, but he makes the little things big as well. You got your Cordero Patterson playing such a big role. Guys who are sort of unheralded. Danny Amendola always in the playoffs coming on. It's the little things that he also does that helps him get Super Bowl wins. So I think you take away a superpower on the sideline that is good and going a little bit any little edge, and I love it. None of you listened to a word I said because you were obsessed with the video.
I have a
just like me.
I heard Salalosi.
I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
How exactly is Belichick going to control something on the other sideline?
Don't ask questions.
There are ways, Mike.
Don't ask questions.
Hey, if he's double-checking me, I'm double-checking you.
Look over here, look over there. I don't know.
What's so great about that?
Real MVP.
Sean McVay truly doesn't know that he's in the way.
I love it. That's what I love about it.
They're watching it. He's just so into the game, and he gets pulled, like you said, like a baby by the pool.
Yes.
Like, no, we can't let him.
I can imagine him at Chipotle going down the line and Raph behind him. No, we did the double chicken already. Let's go.
But I'm saying if he doesn't have that wrap there, we're talking about what 100 yards of penalty.
Critical, massive.
Feel the wrath of the penalty flag.
Yes. This is a segment. I feel like we could build a segment around what things in our lives do we need a Ted Rath for.
You're right.
Because plenty of times in my life I could have used a Ted Rath.
Right, the chip basket at the
Well, I
restaurant.
wake up around 4 a.m.
College.
So from then until I go to sleep, I could use a Ted Rath.
Don't do
I can't believe that even McVay's strength coach is funky. It's crazy. They all have the perfect hair and the muscles. I can't stand it.
They work out together at 5 in the morning, those two.
I know. Apparently they're watching right now.
Is that right?
That's what I hear. Coach Rath, we love you.
Hey, he called you
one-arm
hunky.
push-up. He is.
Rath's got to be doing a lot of, got to get a lot of those things. The ropes,
so many
right?
preacher curls, clap push-ups, a lot of those.
Oh, that guy in the gym?
Yeah.
No leg guy? Come on, man. How many rows you going to do, 150?
I know.
Take it easy.
Coach Rath.
Nobody is taking those 5 Super Bowl championships away from Tom Brady, and you can relive each of them right here on NFL Network. We're showing replays of each of those Patriots 5 titles at 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern each of the next 3 nights. This is awesome. We're living all of that magic, getting you right in the mood for Super Bowl 53, and it all starts, of course, with this one, his first Super Bowl win over the Rams, who he's facing in 11 days. So Super Bowl 36 and 38 are tonight, and right here on NFL. I cannot believe he's back in this thing.
Of course. 9 times.